So, hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Mick, and I've just been away for a couple of weeks. Just been over to one of our favourite places in the world. We discovered it a few years ago. We sort of rent villas up in a place called Frigliana, which is Costa del Sol, Andalou Theatre. And after we've been going there for a while, we decided we'd try sort of different areas within the area. So we fell in love with a place called Torrox Costa. It's really handy to go there in the winter because you get a few more degrees down near the coast than what you do up in the village of Frigliana because it's all mountainous and high. So we went. It was Sue's one of Sue's milestones birthdays. So we went across there, took Lou with us for a week. Saved up all our money. We were a bit old-fashioned. Saved up money in cash and took it with us. Now, sadly, while we were there, we went out. It was Sue's birthday on the 27th, and we went out on the 28th. Just laid on the beach. Lou popped back up to use the bathroom, and I don't know if you know if anybody's been to Spain. I think it's the same in quite a few different countries. You put the key in the door, and you just keep turning it, and you can see these. If you stood inside, you can actually see it. These metal bolts come out and go into the door frame, so they're very, very secure. You'd have to drive a car through them to actually, they're always solid wood as well. Anyway, she came back up and we'd locked the door properly, and the door wasn't locked properly. It was only on the Yale, which is when you just pull it to. Never thought anything about it. Then she came down to us, obviously locked the door again, came back down to us, and we just popped out, carried on having our evening. I went back to the apartment, never thought anything about it. Spent a really enjoyable evening. Got up the next day, thought, we were going out. We've got some friends what live out there. And we were meeting them for a meal at lunchtime. So Sue went to put some perfume on that I bought her on the aeroplane. Couldn't find it. And we had a couple of grandkids with us. Lou's two youngest children. One of them's 3-year-old. So she's only like 3.5. Likes to play houses, move things about. So we just thought she's moved it somewhere. We'll find it in a minute. And then we went into where the bag where I'd put the euros. The euros are gone. Went into the wardrobe, and the English cash, there was just a bit of English cash in there that we'd left from the plane, that type of thing, and that had gone as well. So we worked out then that somebody, obviously the day before, had actually been in and stolen all our bloody money. So anyway, I got in touch with it was booked through booking.com, and to be fair, I got in touch with them and they never got back to me. So I got in touch with the local letting agents that we got the keys from, and I said, our money's gone missing. And she said, we've rented that apartment out for a long, long time, and we've never had any problems with it. Do you think that you left the money at home? Well, obviously I didn't leave the money at home because I've been using it while I was there for the first few days. She said, well, you need to speak to the police. She said, do you want me to go with you? So she was lovely, nice lady. Off we went up to the Guard of Seville. We went to the wrong one first, and then we had to go to the proper one. So we went there and filled out a crime report, which I've got. And she was explaining to the guy, obviously I don't speak Spanish, but she was really good. She was explaining to the guy, and that the door was very secure and there's no way could anybody get in. And I saw him sort of raise his eyebrows. So at this time, I was sort of thinking, well, this is just unbelievable. This money's gone missing. We've never had anything go missing in 28 years. And it was just completely, I was baffled by it. I just thought, well, they're obviously thinking I'm trying to scam the insurance. Well, I don't know if anybody knows, but you'd get very, very little back, if any, cash from an insurance company, travel insurance company. So for me personally, it would have been a pointless exercise. And, there's just no reason for me to lie and do it. Anyway, I could see him sort of looking at her like that, and then she said to me, have you got the keys for the apartment? I said, well, I've just left them in the car. I'll pop back and get them. She said, there's no point. There's no need. We've got spare ones at the office. So she obviously got somebody to take a photograph of these other bunches of keys to show the police officer a photograph of the keys. And then he had a fairly lengthy conversation with him, which obviously I didn't understand. And then he nipped off to do something. I said, what does he say? Is he saying that, I'm an idiot or whatever? And he says, no, everything but. And then all of a sudden he showed her a photograph. Now, I don't know whether this photograph was off the internet or whether it was off a thing that was had been seized as a piece of evidence. But apparently if you go on AliExpress, For €30, you can buy a device that will open those doors. Now, I don't know what level of training you need to get into those doors, or whatever, but there was no, when I went back to the apartment, I had a really good look at the door lock from the outside, and there was no damage to the door lock whatsoever, because that's what she said to him. She said surely it would damage the lock, and it would be then unusable, and people would know that it had been tampered with. He said, oh no, not at all. So it's just a bit of a warning, really. I don't really know what happened, and I never will know what happened. I mean, I said to the lady, have you got a cleaner that's got a key? She said the cleaner fetches the key from us and then brings it back after she's finished cleaning, and then puts it, we get the key back. I don't know whether there's a disgruntled employee. I don't know what, but, obviously our money's gone missing. We're never going to get it back. And it's just a bit of a warning, really. I mean, now I will never, ever take cash over to Spain ever again. I'll just use my card like everybody else does. But I say we're old-fashioned people, and you decide that you go on holiday and you like to save up. You save up your holiday money, bits, your bits of change that you've got left from different things. You throw it into a pot, and eventually you save it all up. You think, oh, look, we've got all this to spend. It's just the way we've always done it. It's quite an exciting... It's the way we do our holidays, to be honest, and that's the way it is. So I'm just going to show you a picture of the apartment block. It was a very, very Spanish name. I'm presuming most people that watch this video will have never even heard of Torrox Costa, Frigliana, or the nearest place to it is a place called Nerca, which has a thing called the Balcony of Europe, which is about 2 miles away. Really beautiful place. It's an absolutely gorgeous place, and it's broke our hearts, really, because it's one of the places that we love to go in the world. We started about 10 years ago, went in a TUI villa, then met a local letting agent and started renting villas up in the countryside. Beautiful, beautiful views, sunshine. It's just everything that you want in life, everything that we want in life. If your sort of chosen place is Benidorm, this probably wouldn't be the type of holiday for you. Nothing wrong with Benidorm. I actually like Benidorm myself. But the area is, you basically go and absorb yourself into Spain for 2 weeks rather than going on a purpose-built all-inclusive holiday or a bar crawl or that type of thing. So let's just have a look at the pictures of this apartment and this beautiful area, just to sort of let you know the reason we go there. But say it's just a warning, really, if you are going to start travelling to Spain. This must be, if they did go in there with something you can buy off AliExpress, this is obviously going to start being a thing because trends take off. The other thing was the police chose not to come out because it wasn't breaking and entering. They chose not to come out and investigate it because there wasn't really anything to investigate. Rightly or wrongly, you don't know how different laws work in different countries. Obviously, you are in a foreign country, and that was the way they chose to do it. But it's just a bit of a warning. Don't take loads of money to Spain and imagine that you're safe. I mean, we're not talking about holiday apartments, as you'll see on this on these few photographs here. We're not talking about the little 3-star holiday apartments that I used to take my kids to, because that was the budget. These are proper, they're where people live. People live in the rest of the block. And it's just somewhere that you go and live for 2 weeks with beautiful, beautiful views. So let's take a look at this gorgeous apartment. That's obviously the top terrace. Right above the thing, you've got all that space. That's the view in the middle of the apartments. Ours was just right at the very top, the penthouse one. There's a view of the gorgeous promenade. And an aerial view of somebody else's photo. It's just to show you what it looks like. It's gorgeous, isn't it? There's the sea view from the top of the balcony. That's just they changed the front balcony into a terrace with glass to keep it nice and warm. This is the beautiful apartment inside. It's absolutely gorgeous. Another view from the top terrace. You can never get enough of them. And this is the inside of the sort of the living area of the apartment. The 2 bedrooms come off of there. So somebody came through that door there. That's obviously the stairs that go up to the top terrace, but they came through that door there. Left all our valuables. The passports were still there. My watch was still there. My iPhone was still there as well. I say it may seem a little bit silly that you think, oh, well, you're in an holiday apartment, why would you leave all your valuables in there? But what you've got to think is these are residential apartments. They're not, your typical holiday apartments. But that's the thing, isn't it? I don't know. There's no safe deposit things in there like what you get in a normal hotel room, because it's not a normal hotel. I say it's a residential apartment block. But what I actually did do was I took one of the steel chairs from the balcony that we saw and stood it in front of that door every night, because I had this big fear, the last thing in the world you want to be, if somebody comes through there and you're awake, you're after them, aren't you? But last thing you want is actually somebody popping in when you're asleep and wandering around again, because you never know what people are up to. So I say it actually spoilt it, to be really honest, because I didn't sleep too well at night, wondering whether somebody was going to pop back for something else. You never know, do you? So anyway, just thought I'd share this video. Hopefully, if you want to, please share it out. Please just let your friends know, because obviously if there is a device to get through those doors, I should imagine this trend will start off pretty quick. So leave your cash at home, use your card. Perhaps if you've got some favourite items, leave them back in the UK as well. And, just in case, you never know, next time they might have popped back and gone for the phones or the watches. I've sort of Googled it, and it is quite typical. They do go in there and just take cash, because there's no trace on cash. If you pinch an iPhone, you've got a chance of being caught with it. One thing they do though was stole my wife's perfume that I bought her off the aeroplane for her birthday. So hopefully it had gone off and it turned into acid when they squirted it. Anyway, thanks for watching this short video. As usual, be wise and don't get caught out like I did. Thanks for watching, everybody. Catch you later. Bye-bye.